Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Try Roleplay. It is I, your captain speaking, here to inform you that our regularly scheduled programming has been interrupted. Instead of some stupid story about a no mechanic or whatever it is you were expecting, you have the treat of hearing my story. A tale of great adventure on the high seas, a tale of great captain and his loyal crew on a quest the like of which has not been seen for a pretty long while. But anyway, I have been told of a ship that has long been at sea that could probably use some help, so I'm gonna sail that away. But in the meantime, welcome to episode 1 of Ocean Madness, a Let's Try Roleplay production. Enjoy while you can. After over 100 days at sea, the three of your characters and everybody else on your ship is exhausted. You were sent by the Royal Navy, under command of the newly appointed Emperor, to patrol the waters towards the southern province of the continent. As it was believed that there may be higher recurrences of monsters appearing in the area. And it's well known to be a sort of lawless and heavily pirated area, or at least it used to be before this new initiative, which started a few years ago, to essentially clean out the area, clear out the monsters, and make it safe for shipping. Hopefully to maybe broker some trade deals with the kingdoms further south. But yes, the three of you were hired as, for varying different roles, mostly just as general deckhands. It
was going so well. Dick in hand, you were hired.
Dick in hand, you were hired. They saw you wanking on the street, and they were like, "That's the kind of man / woman that we need on our ships."
A woman with her dick in her hand.
That's the kind of woman.
It gets boring.
Get her on my ship.
It's lonely at sea.
Yeah. But yes, you've been hired as general deckhands on this ship. Do you have any preferences as to what your ship is called?
Yeah, but I know what the captain's going to be called.
No, I've got the captain.
You know he's going to be called General Dickhand. General Dick. What the ship's going to be called?
Get here, Sergeant Wank.
I'll let you decide what the ship is.
It's full of semen.
This is Jerry Fondle.
What do we want our ship to be called?
Yes.
The Leaky Bucket.
The Leaky Bucket. Have you taken that from something else? It sounds like something you have.
Made it up.
Well, that could be the nickname anyway. We don't know what it's actually called, but we all call it the Leaky Bucket.
The Emperor's Floater. Come on, think things up.
The Emperor's ship, but someone scrubbed out the P. So they make it look like a T.
Yeah, it's called the Emperor's ship, but someone has vandalised it, and whoever it was has been court-martialed and walked off the plank.
I guess I'll just go then.
That was a funny joke. Funny day. That.
Yeah, that was a good day. But yes, it's late at night. The three of you are getting ready to go off of shift.
Let's go off the ship. Like,
No,
hi guys.
you're getting ready to go off shift and heading back towards your bunks. You do share a bunk, but you maybe don't talk very often.
Wait, we share a bunk or a bunk bed?
A bunk.
Oh, all three of us on one bed?
No, so you share like a small room with 4 beds in it.
I see.
Oh, who's the fourth?
Who's the fourth?
Well, we'll get onto that after.
Who's the first 3?
Yeah, we'll get onto that after you've introduced the first 3. So as we see the door swing open to this dark room, there's a dark room which has 4 beds in it. Who is the first person that enters the room?
Not me.
Cool, that's you volunteering, Con.
I was going to say not me, but okay. Let me get my character sheet up. That's Robin's character. Okay. I'm playing a character called Captain Stomp Tusker.
Is he a captain?
He was. So, and he is a, I think his race is like Toxodon or something. I don't know. He is a humanoid elephant.
Yes.
He is 9 foot tall.
Fuck.
And
Does he just take up like the whole room? Like, is it just a bed on the floor?
He's got a big bed with like reinforcements on it.
yeah, exactly. He's had to build his own bed. But yes, I play I think the race I've got here is called Elephantine. An Elephantine barbarian called, we'll call him Tusker.
Tusker.
And he was the captain of his own ship, a ship with other Elephantines on it. They went around, not doing anything bad, really, not pirates or anything, but they had their boat, they went around and did their stuff. He was the captain of this boat, which is called the Ivory Soul.
Ooh. Where the fuck was that imagination 5 minutes ago?
Before we came up with the leaky bucket.
The Emperor's shit.
But
Which actually doesn't make any sense without the 5 jokes that came before.
But so he used to be a captain because he was ousted by his crew.
Ooh.
Because one day, there's a little bit of a backstory to it. One day he and his crew were on the rough waters in a thunderstorm, and he got struck by lightning.
He got struck by lightning or the ship?
He got struck by lightning. And since then, he would go into these random rages. Like, he was quite a mellow man in inverted commas, but he would go into these random rages where he could control lightning at the same time and would, go mad and destroy things. And during one of these rages, he used his tusks to kill someone, and that is like completely forbidden in this race. Your tusks are not for combat at all, and if you use your tusks for combat, you are shunned and you're a shitebag. Completely like disowned by your people. So that's why he was ousted as the captain of the ship. He was walked the plank on his own ship.
That's really sad because it's something that he'll never be able to forget. Because an elephant never forgets.
Oh my god,
they're for show.
What are they? They're just for show.
So
they're for mating displays.
Does he put at Christmas? Does he do tinsel?
That's canon because it's my world.
Yes, but
the tusks on him.
So since then, he had
Do the tusks match the trousers?
What?
As in, like,
It's a well-known fact that the bigger the tusks, the bigger the tusk.
The trouser tusk.
But he had to swim to shore and then was sort of lost, and so he's been doing sort of odd jobs since then. But he wants to get back to his ship. And so the whole lightning thing is because he is a Storm Herald barbarian, which means that he can control lightning during his rages.
I like that backstory for it as well. That's really cool. That's really cool.
I know. And he's got got like a big proper like fucking Captain Barbossa pirate hat and
fabulous.
Like jewelry and shit hanging from his tusks and ear piercings, and he's old and like haggard as shit. He's like 230 years old or something, and he's seen some fucking shit. His face is like as battered as the ship we are currently on. And yeah, that is he's Captain Tusker.
He's the first person to walk in through the door, and he slumps down on his bunk.
Lovely.
That's what he does. He walks in and goes,
does he have a normal size bunk?
No, it's bigger.
A bigger bunk.
He's got a bunk and like another bunk was cut in half and put
a
at the
bigger
bottom.
bunk for his trunk.
Two other people have to sleep in the same bunk.
So who's the next one to walk in?
Go ahead.
No.
Why?
I don't have a backstory yet. I'm thinking one.
Okay. Neither do I. Watch this.
Freestyle.
Bonjour.
Oh, fuck, here we go.
Je m'appelle Jacques Monnet.
Jacques.
Sorry, what?
Jacques
Monet. So Jack Monet.
Jack Sparrow, if you translate it.
Fuck's sake, there are good.
Oh, wait, sorry. Captain Jacques Monnet.
Does the money?
Does the Munya always have to be like quieter?
If you don't say it, Monye, he tells you no. Is there Monye? It's like Monye.
If you
No,
don't-
Monye.
Basically, if you don't peek the microphone, you ain't doing it right. But bonjour, I was also a captain of my very own ship. It was the fastest ship in all of Darcy. But unfortunately, it was caught.
Did it manage the Kessel Run in 14 knots?
It caught the castle run in
14 nuts.
14 miles because why would it make a sense?
Well, that's knots, because knots is a speed.
Speed. But he didn't say a speed in Star Wars. He just said a distance.
Oh, that's true.
No, basically he makes up a lot of shit. He's an arrogant wanker and the best smuggler in the world.
According to him. Is this according to him?
Right.
Or is
And
it
This is all according to him.
All according to him, yes. Everything he ever says. No one has ever heard of this guy. This guy. Although everyone has heard of this guy from this guy. No, he's like a pirate, smuggler, thief. He's a sort of a ne'er-do-well.
Is he a human? Sorry.
My species. He is a water genocide.
Genasi.
Oh.
Or genocide. I say genasi.
I'm going to say genasi because that makes more sense. Water genasi, so he's half genie, which basically he's got sort of water elementally sort of stuff in his but he's humanoid. He's got, I can't remember exactly what colour skin they're supposed to have depending on their
It can be like
element.
just normal. It can be like any normal human hue / like
Can
other. It can, but it will have like a tint.
Okay, cool. He's really blue, and
It will have at least like a tint. It can.
yeah,
have
he's pretty blue, like
dab.
Okay.
like a tanned blue.
I'm imagining him a bit like this.
Dabadai.
Yeah, like a blue guy.
Like a
Dabba-
blue pirate.
D.
Yes, and he's French. Well, not
Dabba-die.
French. He's just we did this.
Dabba-dee.
This is the same world that Feromsford is set in, and
Dabba-die.
he's ambiguous about exactly where he's from, but he's probably from the centre country, Centrelands,
Middle province.
Middle province, which is where
Probably
sort of,
near-ish to River's Edge.
yeah,
Olmsted
sort of
area.
River's Edge, where a lot of people have this sort of pseudo crap French accent that we do. He is a ranger.
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 He has his
Je suis Ranger.
He has his trusty pistol, flintlock pistol. No one really knows
They're
where that
rare.
one came from.
They're
really
very rare.
I think everyone's
Difficult
quite
to make.
impressed about that.
Yeah, everyone's
probably
quite
are.
impressed.
Might be why he was hired.
And it's the sort of thing that you should 100% not show people because it'll get stolen. So he
Yeah.
shows everybody it because he loves it. It's all he can do not to keep it in his pants. And he also has a long bow and 2 swords, which I don't think will be used a huge amount in this campaign because I don't know how to use swords. And he knows some spells and stuff like that. And he's
He's got some spells.
He's got
I
some
bet he's got
spells. He has so much spells. But he is, he's an arrogant wanker. Loves telling stories about himself. He, I once stole from the Emperor himself.
Is that where you got your gun?
It's where I got my gun, and he caught me. But he said, Jacques Monnier? That's
That was
completely
a
different.
French pronunciation.
Monnier? Oh,
Let's see
sorry.
how this is spelled.
He said to me, oh no, it is a Captain Jacques Monnier. And of course, being the emperor, he pronounced it perfectly. And he said, you know what, you're the best thief in the world. You can keep it.
It's Moigneux.
No, it's Monnier. Excuse me.
Moigneux.
I think I know how to spell my own name.
I guess
Pronounce
Moigneux.
it.
I listen,
Monnier?
honestly was just getting. I can't remember what it's. This is it. Described as Google Translate. Monnier?
No, I
No,
can't.
it's what I said. Moigneux.
No, you've got to pronounce it just bad enough that it sounds like manure. Monnier?
That's
Jacques Monnier?
Shut up.
Monnier?
How long did you practice this accent?
I'm just off the cuff. If I'd practiced it, it would be racist. Yeah. He's a level 10 ranger. We're all level 10.
They're all level 10.
Please do
So
yours.
he walks in, flops down on his bunk, not speaking to anybody.
No, looking shifty as fuck.
Looking shifty. And in walks...
I can't do that voice.
Go for it.
I don't know which I think. I also didn't practice.
Already love it.
I also did not practice this voice.
Oh, you're going to be my best friend?
I'm not being French. I'm trying to be old. It should be different.
Just go a bit higher and a little bit posher.
That's
You're fucking old.
terrifying.
So,
Get
yeah,
out.
So I'm a bit of an old bird because I'm an Ararokra. I pronounced that wrong.
Arakokra.
I'm
An Akrorokra. A Krorokoke.
I'm an Ararokra.
Nope, rock again.
Every time will be
Young
different. It's
child,
okay.
I know my own species. I haven't seen them in a while. But I know, but I thank you, my darling. You've been so kind to me these past 100 days. My
100
name
days?
is
Fuck.
Click Click
You survived 100 days.
What is it? Tweet.
Click Click tweet. Oh no.
Run that all by me again.
What is it? It's like
Click, tweet, owl noise. Did you say the words owl noise?
My name is Click Click tweet. All noise tweet. But you could call me Aura.
Wait. Is her name... Clarify this for me, for fuck's sake. Is her name actually got owl noise in it? Or... Because you followed it by twit-to-woo, which is an owl noise, so is it both?
But because you see on the D&D on the 5e website, it said that Ararokra names are commonly filled with like bird noises. But then I went, I can't do bird noises really that well, so I'll do tweet, whatever the fuck I just did. But you young children can call me Aura. People seem to find that a bit easier. Aura, like
But-
it means breeze.
But I do really like the idea of going, oh, hello, tweet-to-woo, tweet, owl noise. Whatever the last bit was, I forget.
it was the click.
Tweet-to-woo.
Click. What was it?
So I'm imagining what is
owl
supposed...
noise tweet-to-woo.
So I'm imagining what is pronounced like in Arakokra as like... Tweet, woo,
Something like that.
probably something like that.
No, owl noise.
Ow, noise.
We just specified it is the actual wordage.
But yeah, so she's an
That's the best name we've ever had.
Arakokra.
Aracrocra.
Not Arakokra.
Aracocra.
Like
That's not how it's spelled.
Coke.
But she's a monk. Ninja Nan is the working title. Is the working title. But yeah, she's this wee old dame. You don't know how old she is. She doesn't either. But the whole thing of her species is that they're very secluded. They don't really bother anybody. They stay up in their wherever they're from, like their mountains and whatnot. But basically everybody left, and she was like, "I'll catch up," because she's old, so her bones are quite sore. And she can't fly as good as she used to. So she said she'd catch up, but then ended up on this boat. And also heard that there was monsters nearby and thought, do you know what? I haven't actually really seen the world. I've been up in a wee mountain for quite a wee while, so she
Catch
decided
up, I'm just gonna go sail the ocean and fight some monsters.
fight some monsters. But so she's a monk. She taught all her tribe all her monkey skills. She's an
monkey skill.
monkey skills.
As in like monk, not like...
monk skills.
I was gonna say I thought she was a bird.
But yeah, so she's a monk archetype element, which will maybe come in handy, maybe it won't. And yeah, she's got a spear, which also doubles as a walking stick. And she has like a wee cover at the bottom of it, so she can use it as a walking stick. And then if a young whippersnapper annoys her, she can just flick it up and cut their face off.
Does she ever get a bit like confused and walk with it upside down and chip people's floors?
I'm imagining her as Yoda from Lego Star Wars, where like when she's not fighting. She walks
Yeah.
on this like crippled old
And then she
woman.
starts fighting, and she's like,
And Yoda and like real Star Wars as well, I suppose. When
Yeah.
you're like, "Wah!" But then, and then once she's finished, she's like, oh, my bones. I was sitting down. It's like, oh, my hips.
there's actually nothing funnier than old people going, my bones.
Please, can your catchphrase just be my bones?
Oh, my bones.
But yes, so she's sailing the high seas, hoping to make it back to her tribe at some point. She'll stay in contact with them, but they also know that she's prone to sort of also go on wee wanders every now and then.
We wander to the ocean.
She always comes back.
Across the
She's
ocean.
she's in the Navy now.
And
Yeah,
she,
where's Nan? She joined the fucking Navy.
that's Nan.
She got lost. That's a classic click click.
Classic click click.
But she also she keeps in touch with all the other tribes, so she'll want to visit some other
Yeah, I'm not calling you
Aracocra
Aura.
tribes.
You're click click from now on.
Click click.
And every time I'm gonna be like, so Monbe,
Nan, yeah.
Monbe. But
Right.
so yeah, also
Ja.
her name's Aura, and she's very strong, very dexy, very constitution-y, very intelligent. Wisdom's not that great, but also she's a bit old, so she's kind of
That's a
lost her
good point.
memory.
Yeah.
And charisma's pretty low, but she hasn't really. They're quite a solitary
Yeah.
species, so she hasn't ever really had need to impress. Her deeds in war and fighting against the gargoyles, who are the sworn
The gargoyles.
Rockra enemies. So says the D&D 5 edition. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
But
Brief Google gave me my backstory. And
but yeah, so she's fought the sworn enemies of her tribe previously. So
I
she's
love that you
built a
just
reputation for herself.
introduced a brilliant bit of lore that Henry now needs to write.
No,
The
that's
war
fair.
between the Aracocra and the gargoyles. I love that. I really, really want
It
to.
said it in something like the 5 edition
Yeah.
D&D thing online.
I think it is a thing, yeah.
But,
So-
but yeah, so that's hello.
Click, click, tweet, click, click comes
That's
in.
not the voice I did.
And goes to sleep. And then a few moments later, the door swings open once more, and in comes Andrew, fairly normal, ordinary human man. Comes in, pops down in bed, quickly has a look at the small photo of his wife. On the side, he's told all of you that she's expecting a child soon.
Was he
He's
expecting
joined the
before?
Navy to make some money so he can buy his own boat and take them on boating trips.
Okay, so he's about to die.
And
We're setting this up.
Is he wearing a red shirt?
no, and he's asked you a number of
Star Trek.
times of what you think you should call the child.
Oh.
Jacques!
But he says his wife really wants to. It's their first child. Really wants to call him Philip.
Oh God.
But yes, so you all pop to bed and you all very quickly, after a very tiring day, fall asleep. But a few hours later, you're woken up by the boat begins to rock. And it's more than it normally would. It was fairly calm seas beforehand. And then what actually wakes you up is a sudden crash of thunder. That sounds far too close for it to be safe.
It's Connor's character like, not again!
Like, it's alright, lightning doesn't strike twice.
And as you hear this, as you're all woken up by this crash of thunder, you hear shouting from you're just a few decks down. This is a massive ship, hundreds of people on it, and you hear shouting from in the corridors and shouting from the decks above. So you all decide to get up independently, but you all get up roughly at the same time. And Andrew bolts up with a start and goes, "Oh, we should probably," says to himself, but also to the rest of us, like, "We should probably get up there and see what's going on," and runs out of the door to go upstairs.
Yeah. I'm good at. Oh no, this means I need to have to do my voice as well. No, it's hello. He gets up like, oh fuck, what's going on? Is that lightning I hear?
You hear another boom
Oh,
of
not again.
thunder.
Oh, not again. Guys, you awake?
No!
Oh, right.
Oh, I'm not getting over that character. Ever.
I'm still sleeping. I can still do anything.
I'm just gonna listen. Is anyone else moving?
Yes, you can hear people running down the corridor outside.
I can-
Shouting
I
like,
think
we need to get up there, we need to get up there.
I come up to him, rubbing my eyes, like, what is going on?
I think there's some sort of storm. I'm not a big fan of storms.
No
really.
storm has ever scared off Captain Jacques Moignet. Let's go! And I run out the door.
Cool. A few moments later, the other two of you are definitely 100% woken up by, in your minds, the captain of the ship, a dwarf who goes by the name of Bronzebeard. None of you have ever seen him, as he wears a full, all-encompassing suit of armor, which doubles up as a diving suit that allows him to sink to the bottom of the ocean and to walk around inside of it. It's to the point where he has his... You can assume what he looks like because he has a full head helmet that includes a beard helmet that is carved into the shape of a large beard where his beard would be.
A great big steel beard.
As he walks around on the deck, you always hear clang, clang, clang because he's fully encased in armor. And he usually is found with a contraption of his own making. He grew up as an artificer of some renown, but decided that his love for the sea overtook that. But one thing he keeps from his artificing days is he has a very, very large, essentially flamethrower that he carries with him, which he walks around with, a large backpack on his back full of, you believe, his own special brew of alchemist fire. And he quite often uses it to burn down enemy ships during boarding actions. But you hear in your head, his voice saying, "All crew, onto the deck. We have somewhat of an emergency." And you're all called up to the deck.
Okay.
Does he also present X Factor?
I was going for more of a Brian Blessed kind of...
So, yes, I think we should probably go then. I'm gonna head upstairs.
Young sir, can you just give me a hand up? Just my bones are a bit stiff. Just help me
Pretty
up.
sure I'm older than you.
You don't look above 20. Just give me a hand.
Okay, and I give Click a hand up,
Yes.
and
I would like to keep an eye on where the guards are at all times, because this might be a good opportunity for the reason that I'm on this ship,
Okay.
which is to rob it.
Oh, of course.
Yes. It's a heist! Sheesh.
So all of you head up to the deck separately.
Yes.
When up at the deck, you see your fellow deckhands, specifically the ones that were on shift during the night, climbing the rigging everything up, raising and lowering the sails as they get conflicting orders about what exactly they should do. And it appears from the chatter that you can find and the people that are standing with you that suddenly a storm just hit out of nowhere. The seas got suddenly extremely rough, and no one's sure why, because the forecast from the divination wizard was that it was supposed to be nice weather. So whatever's happening is bad. But you see up towards the helm that aforementioned Captain Bronzebeard, flamethrower in hand, slung under one arm, like screaming at his senior officers, telling them to give orders here. Why are they lowering those sails? Why blah 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 blah? Someone find out what's going on. And as you see that, you very slowly see a single tendril raise up behind the boat behind him. And one of you, maybe someone standing around you, just screams, "Behind you, Bronzebeard!" And he turns around, and all of you hear in your head, just like, "Lads, this has got a lot more fun."
This is going to be a good story!
All around the boat, tendrils begin to rise out of the sea. And you're fairly sure you're facing some sort of kraken.
It is alright! I have killed the Kraken before!
All of you hear in your head orders. The three of you, as you're hired as deckhands, are required to man the sails and double check that the boat stays where it should be, stays afloat, while those who are hired for combat will be fighting the Kraken.
I'm sorry, do you mean the elephant is going to climb the sails?
No, but you might you're because you're heavy, you're probably quite good for like pulling down rigging and like to like move them around and things like that.
So do we have to decide which ones we are now?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I think
I want to climb the sails.
you kind of said I have obviously been hired for my famed combat proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
I can fly, so I'm probably good on the sails to be like swinging between them, making sure things are ship shape.
Cool.
Shit shape.
Perfect. I will make sure that you note that it's very difficult to fly. The winds are extremely fast.
Oh, bollocks.
And it's raining like you can only see, you can barely see past where the tendrils of the Kraken are.
Jesus.
Because it's raining so hard. It's like a solid wall of water. And
I'd say that Tusker's probably, having sailed the seas before, knows how terrifying the Kraken is, and is probably a little bit chilled.
Yeah,
to the
you
core,
probably
but
would be.
also kind of in awe.
You would not have encountered a Kraken before. They're incredibly rare.
I have killed like 3.
That's why they're
I've
rare.
heard stories.
But yes, you would have heard many a tale of Krakens.
That tale?
Many a tale.
Many a tale.
They have
of
many
Krakens.
tales.
With their tentacles, as well, their tails.
Yeah. But yes, the three of you rush off to your stations, and you see Bronzebeard ignites the end of his flamer with a magical spell from his hand, and he turns towards the closest tendril and begins to fire his flames straight towards it, causing it to whip around in the air, and smashes down next to him, destroying the wheel of the ship. And you notice something very, very bad. These tendrils aren't really attacking. They seem to be kind of closing over the top of the ship. And they seem to form a cage that...
I've seen this before.
Jack,
forming a
you're
cage.
probably firing your pistol off at the tendrils, trying to get them to do stuff, and whenever you hit, they react slightly.
Okay.
But they just continue to drag the ship down below the waves, and it gets to the point of where they're touching some of the masts, and maybe you're up there, tweet, or twit.
Aura.
You're up there, Aura, and you're flying between them, and you notice the top of them begins to bend, and it cracks, causing you to nearly get hit by a falling rigging, and it probably does grab you some of the rope and pulls you onto the deck. And
Tusker,
as you're standing there like, oh my god, a Kraken, you rush into action. You go to pull down the rigging that you know is your job, but it's not there. It's been torn with this mast. And all three of you know you suddenly realize this ship is going down. No matter what you do, it's going down.
can I look around for you guys, and I see Jacques, and I'm like, Jacques,
Jacques.
what is my voice? I forgot. I think we really need to jump. This we're not going to survive this. We just need to get out while the tendrils have still got some gaps in them.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure I can take him.
And I grab him with my trunk.
That's a good thing. Some information that you will have learned about Jacques over the last couple of days. Like, how many days? 100 days?
100 days.
You've definitely learned this, right? So, because I wrote down some of these that gives you the power choice. Let's shout this out, I used the Beyond, D&D Beyond app from Wizard Coast, right? It's really fucking good. I really like it. But his personality traits, the best way to get me to do something is to tell me I can't do it.
Naturally.
Yeah. Freedom. His ideal is freedom. Chains are meant to be broken, so those who forge them. His bonds are he'll become the greatest thief that ever lived, but more just the greatest everything. And flaws, an innocent person is in prison for a crime that I committed, and I'm okay with that. And I like to think it's many people. Most recently, I vandalised the ship and put a T instead of a P, and they killed this guy for it, and I'm fine with that. It was not my fault.
But yeah, I grab Jacques with my trunk and sort of start running towards the nearest gap that I can see in tendrils.
I can do it.
As you do run along the length of the ship, you see cracks begin to form in the decking below you, and begins to splinter. Parts of the mast are now just floating in the water. You can see, and as you're doing so, you're running towards the front because you feel like that's probably safer. It seems to be dipping down less, so it's probably the last bit that will sink below the waves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As you do so, you look back towards the back of the ship, which I think is the bow, maybe, because it's the prow and the bow.
The bow is the back.
The bow of the ship is the. You look towards the back of the ship, and you see Bronzebeard turn to the crew and turn back, and he reaches up, rips off his helmet, showing the bushiest, biggest, baddest ass beard you've seen in your life.
Fabulous.
And he screams in his true voice, which is unmodulated by his armor, "I'm gonna fucking kill this Kraken!" as he jumps into the waves.
As you pull me off the ship, I go, I used to have a beard like that!
Yeah, as I jump off, I grab a hold of my hat, my big pirate hat, so I don't lose it in the waves.
Alright, yeah, and you jump down below the surface and
Kerplunk.
everything goes black.
I'm just floating up in the air.
It's like,
I'm just like, guys.
Today's Middle Bit is brought to you by the artist formerly known as Thick Daddy, also formerly known as Space Thick Daddy, currently known as Cardinal Francesco Sforza, I think that's pronounced right. But anyway, he wrote this, shout out to our boy. It's also just me, everyone else is away. I'm Henry, just in case you'd never listened to this before. You've just been listening to some Ocean Madness, pretty good time, hope you're enjoying. But anyway, on to the Middle Bit proper. Hi guys, and welcome to the Middle Bit. Now you're probably wondering where the usual crew has gone. Well, that is not important. What is important is that your favourite daddy is here to steer the ship. First up, I want to recommend the Liberty Podcast. They are a sci-fi audio drama. Second is I want to promote Child's Play, in which is about kids with cancer having something to do while they're in treatment. You can find them at Child's Play Charity. Go give them a look. Also, Social Bite. Very important. Go, if you're in Scotland particularly, we're going to try and end homelessness. If you're anywhere else, there's going to be charities to help the homeless. Go do those. Oh, but before I let Henry and Connor out of the sex dungeon, don't forget to check our merch on Redbubble. Now, let's get back to the episode.
An unknown amount of time passes, and
It was exactly 52 seconds.
it's longer than that. As Jacques and Tusker, you awake, floating, holding on to a piece of floating wood, and the sky is clear. It's a lovely blue day. There's the occasional piece of floating mast, or maybe even rope floating on the surface around you, but you can't see anybody else. But
shit,
a few.
well, you know what this is goes for? A beer. Do you want one?
Yes, I think so.
Hand him one.
This is one of the few recording sessions in which I have a drink.
There we go.
Yes, that was pretty fucked up. I almost beat it. You saw?
So nobody around at all.
Nobody around
Can
at
we
all.
see the
But Aura, as you're flying in the now calm air, you've been searching for survivors.
Can you legit fly?
Yeah, she has a flying
That's
speed.
fucking sick.
You've been searching for survivors, and you see movement down there, and you see these two that you used to share a bunk with.
On a piece of wood drinking beer.
On a piece of wood, drinking a beer that they don't know where they got them from.
I've got a hip flask that I'm drinking
Yeah.
through my trunk. I'm just holding my trunk's just up above my head, like, you know when people in hospital have like drips. I've just got like holding my I'm just emptying into my trunk.
Oh god.
But yeah, you see them down below, and also because you've been flying around for a couple of hours now, you're getting very, very tired.
Yeah.
You can't fly indefinitely. You have a flying speed mechanically, but you can't fly indefinitely.
She's got sore bones.
And I keep forgetting you're an
Your
elephant.
bones are getting hella sore.
These bones are
You're
fine.
massive.
Yeah.
We're not on a piece of wood. I'm just on you.
Probably like a large section of mast.
Right.
So it's like you could probably sit on it and it'd sink down on his side, but still stay up. So yeah, Aura, what do you do?
I spot them.
Who?
I'm just like, ooh! And then I'd like to fly down to them.
Cool.
Like,
Now, fellas, do you
Yeah.
happen to have a spare?
beer, not a pint.
Yes, of course. I pull another beer from just under the water.
It's like keeping them cool under
It's
the
just
water.
like, yeah, it's much better. I dropped one. Fuck. Shit, we're never getting that back. Although I can hold my breath for like a whole minute. Not 20. Shut up.
Oh no, can I? Because I can walk
If you keep
Oh, wait,
moving,
fuck,
you
I'm
can
like,
walk on water.
Moving.
I'm a water gent, so I can hold my breath for fucking ever.
You can, yeah.
I can
But yeah.
breathe
You
water.
can also just walk around on water because you've got that
I can
spell.
cast that spell. I have water walk, but not as impressive as actually walking on water,
Yeah.
which you can legit do, can you not?
She can run on water. It's like a monk thing. You like if she has to keep moving.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's really funny when you get my bones.
Shit, and I just fly. Fly. So yeah, land on the plank. Got a beer. I just kind of sit down. Oh, my bones! Oh, my bones!
We were definitely out there for a little while.
I couldn't. There was nobody else I could find.
Did you see what happened? I mean, we kind of conked out.
Honestly, young child, there was so much rain and storm. The boat, I think, just went under. Then that was.
You two jumped off?
You would have seen that the boat went under, and there are a number of people floating around. But slowly, but surely, as people swam away from where they were, a tentacle would come up, grab them, pull them below the waves.
Oh, are we the only 3 left?
Well, I think we should look out for tentacles. But at the moment, yes, I think we're the only 3 left.
As it should be. I mean, you guys stick with me and you'll be fine. I will kill this thing if it comes for us.
Yes.
So with that, the 3 of you hang out. A day passes. You're still just floating around. Maybe, Aura, you do some scouting, and you can't seem to find land within your flying distance. You get too far away, you start to think, I'm going to collapse, and you fly back to where your friends are. Another day passes.
Well, can I
another day
try
passes. Yeah.
Because I'm particularly arrogant and actually not unskilled in the art of sailing. Can I try and, like, if there is, like, stuff that floats near us, I'm not stupid. Because he's not stupid. Actually, like, keeping himself alive is one of the most important things he does. Apart from 10 minutes ago when he tried to fight Kraken. But,
No, he genuinely believed he'd win.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. But he's, like, kind of trying... Can I try and get, like, a little bit, if any fabric or other thing, and try and put like a sail on the bit of wood that we're on and try and get it so it moves.
Yeah, I was going to say you can probably try and build a raft because you're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, try and put together a raft.
I'm sure someone will come by and pick us up. We just need to be able to attract their attention when we do.
And your voice has just reminded me, a big raft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you managed to build one that will support the 3 of you's weight. Whichever corner Tusker is on does just sink below the water.
What happened to Andrew?
You can't find Andrew.
Fuck, was he lost at sea?
Lost at sea. That's bastard.
Conspiracy.
Is his son going to have to grow up without him?
Don't know, maybe. So about 2 weeks goes by. And the 3 of you are lying on the raft that during the first few days of productivity you were able to make. But very quickly the beers ran out. And then you very quickly exhausted what water you had or were able to collect. You ate a turtle at one point.
It was pretty good. A turtle or a turtle? Was it one of the crew? Hi guys! Oh, fucking kill it!
Fucking get him!
I make a wonderful soup, you know?
No, it was a turtle. Turtle tastes awful. It's too grumpy.
It's bitter.
It's
Better
bitter,
aftertaste.
But you are all feeling like you're on the verge of death. You're lying there, just staring up into the sky, unable to really move. You've been like this for a while. When you start to hear, "Hello down there. Do you need some help?"
What does it fucking look like?
It's rather rude.
Yes, please.
Who are you?
Perfect. I will lower it up. Let you down onto the ship.
Ah, wow, your accent is even more racist than mine!
I should apologise. It's just.
You know what?
It just came out.
It's not bad.
It's not
actually
horrific.
pretty good.
Yeah. And the 3 of you look over, and probably about 100 meters over that in that way, and you don't know how you've never noticed it before, but you've all just been kind of looking into the sky. Has been a not considerably large ship. It's pretty small. You'd expect a crew of 10-ish.
Okay.
But standing at the prow is a sort of dishevelled looking elf. Just standing at the front, hand on the figurehead, kind of hanging down from it, looking towards you. It's like, "I will lower it up. You climb up onto the ship." We have food for all of you. You've been here for a while, I assume.
Yes, we have.
Perfect.
How strong is your rope?
Pretty strong. Don't worry, my big trunked friend.
Yeah.
It was all good. The two of you come up first. We tie a rope around. What is your name?
My name is Captain Tusker.
We tie a rope around Captain Tusker. You're no longer the captain. I'm the captain.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
No,
We tie a rope
you're
around
not the
Tusker,
captain.
and the four of us drag him up.
Are we getting taken by Somalian pirates?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Hello, sir. Wait, perhaps we've been taken by pirates?
I mean, I am a pirate.
Oh, shit. Do I know you?
No, probably not. I'm new.
I know was a good pirate.
Do you know Captain Orlando Flowers?
Holy shit! I know you.
I'm surprised, but good.
You're really surprised. You looked at me like, does he know him? Johnny was up back at your couch. Like, I haven't got it down that he knows him.
But yeah, a rope is lowered from the side of the ship to the three of you. The Aura, you can probably actually just fly up.
Yeah.
And then Jacques, you managed to climb up the rope.
Yeah,
and then the fairly disheveled-looking half-elf and a
Well, this is a half elf that's been talking.
sorry,
to us.
elf, a fairly disheveled-looking elf.
Okay.
And a dwarf who looks pretty young, quite tanned skin, walks over and helps you drag Tusker up onto the ship.
Sorry, which one was talking to us? The elf? Or
The elf.
dwarf? The elf was talking
Orlando
to us. Cool.
Flowers.
Orlando Flowers. Hello, nice to meet you. I am Captain Jacques Monnier.
Hello, Jacques Monnier.
Perhaps you have heard of me.
I've not heard of you.
What the fuck?
And what is your name? Ara Krokra.
Oh, my name is Aura.
No, do it full.
Lovely to meet you, Aura.
Lovely to meet you too, young sir. And this is, you already know him. Do you have any food provisions?
We have lots of food.
May we have some also? Where
We
are
are
we?
really hungry.
I can imagine.
Where are in the sea? We've been lost for quite a while. We don't really know how long.
Very well. We have lots of food. We originally had a crew of about 10, but now it is just me and my friend here.
What?
We lost them all to ocean madness.
Ocean mad.
No, that's ocean madness. And you look on the deck, and there's just blood stains.
Of course, it affects even the best of us.
It does. Too much ocean.
What
for one
happened?
man gives you madness.
What happened?
They went mad.
From the ocean.
Ocean madness. Isn't that right, Bill?
Am I a member of the crew now?
They went mad from the ocean. Ocean madness.
Ocean.
You don't know?
From the ocean.
Oh, I forgot to introduce you to Bill. His name is Bill Spinner.
Bill Cena.
Bill Spinner.
Bill Spinner.
Spinner.
His name is Bill Spinner, which is totally not Will Turner changed. And I promise I'm not Orlando Bloom. I'm Orlando Flowers.
We're 100% getting sued. You're so right. You didn't even know that I'd named myself Jacques. Jack Sparrow. Fuck.
What is the story of you three?
We were on a ship, and then a Kraken sort of came. Which
The Kraken.
the Kraken.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised you survived.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure I got it.
Ah,
It's like, honestly, I
good
think
to have you on the crew then.
I think we're the only ones that survived. I think.
Ah, well, me and Bill here. He cannot talk, no tongue.
When did that happen?
Lost to the ocean madness. Isn't that right, Bill? And Bill just kind of looks in terrified.
Ocean
Are you
madness.
sure you got it all out?
I got it all out. He started saying stupid things like mutiny, so I killed his tongue.
That's fair enough.
Ocean madness, let me tell you.
Guys, I think we should do what this man says, yes.
Only one mutiny on this ship, the one I led.
But didn't you say that was ocean madness?
No, not when I did it. It made sense. I'm a great captain.
As am I.
Born to be a captain.
And him.
Yes, but I don't actually know about you, but I had my own ship.
I have
What
had like
happened?
20.
Um,
Ocean madness.
Was it a mutiny?
I suppose that you could say
See, you understand my point.
ocean madness.
Ocean madness.
Overtook me as well.
It happened.
Eventually.
It was madness.
I do tend to come across a bit of the ocean madness every now and then.
A little bit of ocean madness never hurt anybody.
Apart from Bill.
Apart from me.
And Bill's friends.
I love about this accent. You say it all with a straight face. It's like ocean madness.
Did you choose this accent because it's the most enjoyable way to hear the words ocean madness?
I'm not gonna lie, a bit, yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
We do apologise for this accent.
It's bad, I know.
It's not
Not
bad.
actually that bad.
But yes, I no longer have my ship. It's still out there somewhere, and
Very well.
I very much.
One
want-
day we get it back.
Yes.
And
And
it both be it'd be my ship, but you can do it too.
well, we'll see how the ocean madness
I'm
is
the
feeling
captain.
at that point.
Good point.
I used to have the fastest ship in all the world.
What was its name? I'm sorry if you've told me before.
It was literally called the fastest ship in all the world.
I heard of that one.
Yes.
Yes, it's
everyone has.
I heard of that one. It sunk.
Because it was too slow.
The sun was in my eyes.
That will happen.
Yeah, it's,
Don't look at the sun.
that's
It
how
won't
you
be
get
in
to
your
ocean
eyes.
madness.
The ocean madness. It's also another issue of this accent is I can't do it not shouting.
Neither can I.
So, where are you headed?
We are headed to Cat World. That is a long story, my friend. My tusked friend. Do you want to hear it?
Not really.
Normally people say, ooh, tell me the story.
Could we perhaps hear it over a bit of food, a bit of
Perfect.
drink?
Bill, go get the food while I tell the story.
Okay.
And then Orlando walks over and he puts his foot up on the bow of the ship and he's like, this story starts when I was but a wee child. My mother, she took me to the local community theatre to see a production of the tale of Captain Jake Falcon.
What a wonderful name.
It was a great tale of one of the greatest pirates to ever sail the seas. He died many years ago.
I can't believe I just realised that we missed a prime opportunity to make a joke about sea turtles. Because you said we ate once. Sea turtles, mate.
Forgot about that.
That's an ongoing joke in the Pirates.
Where was he born?
He was born in the southern provinces. I grew up in the western province,
The
near to the capital.
Called the Caribbean.
But after this, I was obsessed. I used to be a small farm boy, but I was obsessed by the sea. I was overtaken by a specific kind of ocean madness. I was mad for the ocean. So, on my 18th birthday, I saved up all my pocket money from my mama, and I went and bought a dinghy.
I'm sorry.
A dinghy!
This campaign is being called Ocean Madness.
Oh, it is!
Yes, it is.
So is! Down with the swashbuckling.
I set sail on my dinghy, and 2 days later, washed up on the beach dead. But a passing cleric took pity on my dead body, which was bloated from the ocean, and revived me. I then spent 2 years studying in the ways of the cleric. Before, once again, the ocean madness of a kind overtook me, and I saved all my clerical money that I took from the church totally legally. And I bought this ship. Her name be the White Opal.
The white opal.
By boat, I started working on the ship as the quartermaster. And then, a couple weeks after that, I led a mutiny and killed everybody else, apart from Dave here. Apart from Bill here. I was originally going to call him Dave.
After that, I courted the master.
And then I set sail with Bill and to find the lost treasure of Captain Jack Falcon, which I know is to the south. The tale says, or at least how it was in the community theatre production I saw as a child, that he amassed a great wealth.
How big is this wealth?
Huge!
Jesus!
But then the Kraken, ever devious Kraken, came and was jealous of his wealth. So he took Jack Falcon's wealth and took Jack Falcon. Some say he took Jack Falcon and killed him. Some say Jack Falcon pled for his life and went to live with the Kraken. But I am looking for both of them. I will find Jack Falcon's treasure and make it my own, becoming the greatest pirate to live. Not ever lived, because he amassed it. I just found it. But I will be the greatest pirate now.
Well, he knows a second.
Sure.
Yes.
So your plan, young child, is to find the Kraken and Jack
Kill
Falcon.
it!
Kill the Kraken. Okay, I just wanted to clarify. And then find Jack Falcon and take his money.
Yes. Well, Jack Falcon will be dead. He was but a man, a human. And it's been like 200 years. So he's probably dead.
I will do it for 50%.
I was going to say, we were going to originally split it between the 10 crew. But then I killed 8 of them. So I get 80%. It's just simple math. But I will give you each 10% of my split. And then I'll give you all of Bill's split.
That is some ocean math.
So you'll get 15% each. Bill can have 5. You get 15% each.
Oh, agreed.
Perfect.
Do we know how much money is involved? 'Cause
Probably a lot.
Have
There
you-
are community theatre productions about it. Probably a lot.
I really
I
just
don't
want to
think-
get back to my ship. Which
I'm afraid you
which
don't have
is-
much of a choice. Unless you want to succumb to the ocean madness.
But I mean, the last I saw of them, they were sailing south. So
That is where we're going. We're going south.
Have there ever been any productions of this theatre? We're not community theatre, so like in the East End, or maybe in... I can't think of a pun for Broadway.
Are
No
you
one laughed.
joking? Are you like judging local talent?
No, just...
My cousin did it as a nativity play.
Are you insulting his cousin?
I'm not insulting his cousin. I was about to go
It
into
was a
your accent.
non-denominational school.
Click,
So they did a
think about
nativity
it.
play at the
15%.
4th Candle Nights. That's canon now.
Candle Nights.
Candle Nights is canon now.
So, how do you plan to kill the Kraken?
I will take care of it.
Our friend here will take care of it, but I was planning on, stabbing it a lot.
I mean, my friend.
Maybe a lightning bolt or 2.
I can't stay in character with this. I just can't. It's the fucking funniest thing.
I mean, we have this as an option, or we go back into the water. I'm up for it.
I mean, I'm already super invested.
Don't worry, we will not be taken by the Kraken. The Kraken is a psychic creature. It is attracted to many minds gathered in one place. With a crew of only 5, we will be fine. We sneak up on him, stab him in the eye, cut open his belly, because I assume he eats the treasure. Probably. I should probably do more research.
What?
We'll figure it out.
I've never heard of a Kraken wanting money. Why?
Well, the
why
dragon
would it-
wants the money,
Yeah.
so why would the Kraken not want the money? Same syllables.
It's a good point.
Kraken, dragon, sounds similar. Kraken is water dragon.
I whisper to Tuscan because Tuska.
Listen, just play along, and before you know it, we split it 3 ways. I think, we take him out, or the Kraken take him out. It sounds like a dumb as fuck plan. We stand back for that bit. And then, we just take the money. I don't think Bill will have anything to say about it.
Bill at this point comes back with decent armfuls of food and hands a bunch of rations to
Oh,
each of you.
sacre bleu.
Probably hands an orange, a...
Where is the rum?
Probably an orange, a...
Rum.
no, what's it called? Like hard tack kind of thing.
Yeah.
Some salted meats and a small, the singles you get, single bottle of rum each.
Aww.
Oh,
That says Captain Falcon on all of them.
Oh, it's the good stuff.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I tuck
Eat and
it.
drink up.
I don't know.
it's Captain Falcon spiced rum,
Yeah.
not Morgan.
Yeah.
No, very nice. No, yeah, I tuck into the food. I imagine that.
Eat up. I'm going to go write in my memoirs.
Fuck, I need to read them. Please write them. And then, of course, we defeated it by stabbing it a lot.
In the belly.
They all overcame to the ocean madness. By this day, I knew I had to do it.
Captain's log, day 3 at sea. The ocean madness has taken another.
We shall go to the... I can't.
Bill has started talking madness of the ocean.
He said we should not mutiny. I disagree, so I kill him first.
Cool.
Oh,
So, as all of you eat, we skip forward a little bit in time. And it's the next day. You've all been given a nice place to rest.
My hat is hanging up on a clothesline, drying.
Yes, it will be. They have a clothesline done across the middle of the bridge. Middle of the ship. And Captain Jack comes out onto the... Sorry, Captain Flowers. Fuck, that's going to be difficult. I've just got Caribbean on my mind. Captain Flowers comes out onto the deck and says, "We be getting close to where I believe the Kraken Island is."
Oh, wow.
The play, it told me he live on an island. Beneath the island, but there be ways to get to his lair on top of the island, built by the people many years ago who trapped him there.
This does not seem very accurate.
We haven't been traveling particularly
Are
far.
you saying that community theatre is not good? Do you not support local actors?
Hello, I grew up in community theatre. Hey, I can't believe you've not heard of me.
I've never heard of you.
the next thing he's going to be telling you that he actually played Captain Falcon.
He is not the right kind of person to play Captain Falcon.
I was really good.
Does not have the jawline.
Fuck you.
I did not say whether good or bad.
Oh, okay.
Maybe better, maybe worse. I do not tell you.
Have you played Captain Falcon?
I did not play Captain Falcon.
Could you give us some renditions of the play, perhaps?
I am not a good actor. That's why I went to see the community theatre. Not playing it.
All you had to say was,
I was but a small farm boy.
"Where is the rum?"
Go get the rum. See, I cannot do the acting.
Fair. So we're almost at this island.
So we will be getting there soon. We did some scouting before we found your makeshift raft, and we believe there is a bank of fog which never moves. It must be obscuring the island.
That would
That was
actually
what they
make
said.
sense
It
because
makes
we were overcome by a large cloud of fog and rain and thunder.
That sounds about right.
And then a large squid-like creature.
That will be the Kraken.
Most likely.
Probably.
Do you know why the Kraken would be wanting to take a ship?
How many of you were there?
Oh, there was a lot.
We never met them. We just kind of knew some of them. Maybe my memory leaves me.
Have you ever heard of the Emperor's shit?
I have heard of it. I heard someone defaced the Emperor's ship. Was that you?
No,
Good. I mean bad. I don't know. It was funny.
that is not Jacques Monnier style.
Fair enough. But yes, I have heard of it. Massive ship.
It's a
Old bronze beard.
It's a real big shit.
But if you were sailing on that boat with as many people you would have on that boat, the Kraken would be attracted to you for a good meal.
I mean, why would the Kraken not be attracted to me?
Because you are not... what is your charisma?
Is it like a +1?
You are like a 7 out of 10.
I'll take it.
Okay, good. You won't get it though. But with that many people, the Kraken would come to you for a meal.
We can't leave these two in the room on their own. I don't know what's gonna happen.
And you think because there's only 5 of us that it won't take us?
Yes, the more mental energy in one area there is, the more the Kraken is attracted to it.
Even though I'm pretty much the size of like 5 people.
Yes, but not much mental energy.
You're not bragging. It's never been your style. I can't believe you, young child. Ridiculous.
I mean, all I was saying is that I'm fat.
Never put yourself down like that.
That is true.
Where I come from, like near the capital. It is an attractive trait in an elephant man.
Do you see many of my kind there?
I can only assume.
Okay.
But yes, we be sailing towards the fog that never move.
But till it
The
does.
fog
Can-
that never move.
Is there? I mean, are we really just going to like sail straight in? I feel like we should do something.
I have
with
already
the-
done the scouting over the last few weeks.
Okay.
It is a big circle. I assume middle of circle where we want to go.
Okay.
People usually avoid the area. I can only assume because of the Kraken.
Do we assume it is pretty dangerous?
Probably pretty dangerous.
Okay.
We see the occasional ghost ship come out.
Ooh.
I don't know if they have ghost crew, but there's nobody on it.
Does it ever move, the clouds?
Never move.
I mean,
So did our ship sail straight into it?
Probably.
How
What the
it's-
fuck was Bronzebeard doing?
If you are from the northern reaches of the continent, you would not know. These are local waters. I only learned from Bill. He originally from around here. He know these things.
How did he tell you?
Before the ocean madness took his tongue.
I mean,
I interrogate him. I know zone of truth.
I could offer just. I've got wings. I could offer
You do.
to scouts. I mean, I actually go in, see if there
That
is
sounds like a
island
good
in there.
idea.
But click, your bones.
You have got them bones though.
I've
They're
got
they're
them, but I mean,
old.
and they've been well rested. And thank you, young
You
man.
can. Bill
for
will give you a
looking
massage
out.
when you get back.
Oh, that sounds
Want
delightful.
your Bill? He just kind of looks at him like, fuck.
These are all lovely young men.
I don't want to die.
It's like, but yes, I can go scout, report back, see if there's any other ships, if there is a Kraken or an island. So yes.
That sounds good. Don't go too far. Come back when you see something.
Do we have cannons on this ship?
We have 3 cannon.
We can fire a cannon.
I use one of them on the ocean madness and then have to get rid of it. Evidence.
Jesus Christ. Okay, ignoring this, we'll in 10 minutes we'll fire the cannon, so you know direction to come back to.
That is good idea. When we get to fog, it's about a half a day sail.
In half a day.
Anyway, crew, man the rigging. I'm going to go steer.
Going to where?
Steer.
Oh, steer.
So yeah, the 3 of you and good old Bill man the rigging, and about half a day's sailing later, he'd probably have you, Aura, acting as lookout, because you can easily go up to the crow's nest and all that and come back down and stuff, and maybe even fly higher up to see further. You begin to see a bank of fog that seems to not move. And it reaches all the way up, so it's not even like you can fly above it. It's kind of just an area. No matter how high you fly, even up to the clouds, it's just fog. Incredibly dense. And then as you reach up towards it, you begin to sail around it. And Captain Flowers will shout up to you, like, "Ora, go search the fog in 10 minutes, according to my sundial watch. We will fire 1 cannon to give you a direction to fly back. As you know, my good cabin boy here. You've been promoted to cabin boy.
What were we before?
I'm gonna take it. I'm on the ladder up, lads. Do you know what? Don't worry about the sundial. I'm incredibly good at counting.
Weird boast.
Good. Count to 600.